Hey y'all, I am here working on installing my Prinsu screw-in roof rack, and I didn't see any videos on YouTube, so I figured I would just put together a quick down and dirty video. Not a lot of detail here, but I've already gotten some work done, and so I'll show you what I've done so far. The instructions say to put the roof rack together and then lift it in place with 4 people. I don't have 4 people that are easily accessible, and I just don't think it's necessary. So I decided to prep the work for the plus nuts, get them caulked in place, let them set up, and then I'm going to build the roof rack in place. And I just don't see any reason why this shouldn't work just fine. So here we go. Here you can see that I have drilled out the existing cap where the roof rails, the stock roof tracks, would be installed. And I'm about to scrape, clean that, and install the plus nut that was applied. And then I'm about to also caulk in place the spacer. And you can see over here where I've already done that in a couple cases. Okay, here's a plus nut already installed, and I put a thin layer of caulk on the top, and you can see here I'm just setting the spacer on, running the screw in, and again this is so I can let this set up while I keep working on other things and let this dry a little bit and build in place. Here's one of the spacers and the supplied bolt that came with it, and you can see there's a solid 3/8 of an inch of stock before the threads start. So even if I use 1/4 of an inch of that for the flange, it's still going to be a little longer than I want, so I think I'm going to replace these with shorter bolts. Okay, I've got all my spacers bolted in place, letting them set up while I go work on the other side. Well, I have a few of the cross members in and just a few of the anchors in on the one side here, and then I'm going to go around to the other side and get the other side rail in, and hopefully that's going to be enough to get things stabilized here. Okay, I got the side rails installed and all of the cross members installed on this one side, as well as the front spoiler here, installed wind deflector, and now I have to go around to the other side and finish the cross members, and then I'm going to seal the anchor points with some more silicone. The majority of my cross members are installed here. I have a couple that are going to get installed, but they're going to get installed right over these anchor points. And I'm looking down this body, and I'm seeing this last anchor here is closer to the body than I want it to be. So I'm going to try making some adjustments and see if I can get it away from that touch point right there, and maybe just put a couple fender washers in there. I'm going to break that center joint loose and try seeing how that adjustment makes it. Now, looking at this side here, this rail lines up pretty much with the edge of the van, so if I just adjust this in a little bit, I'll clear that bracket on the other side, and that'll fix that problem. So I'm applying a little bit of silicone to each of these holes. Not easy to record. Trying to just do whatever I can to prevent water from getting down in there. That's probably more silicone than I wanted, but it was kind of hard to see what I was doing while also holding the phone. So the next ones will be better. So there you have it. I've installed the Prinsu screw-in roof rack on my 2016 Sprinter 144 It was pretty easy, took me about 6 hours. If I was going to do it again, I think I might use um, butyl tape on the screws rather than silicone. Might do some other minor things differently, but nothing worth talking about there. Um, but overall, I think it took me about 6 hours. I think it went pretty easy, and I did it by myself. So, contrary to the instructions, I think this can be just built in place. I guess more will be revealed as I use this thing over time, but I don't see any reason why this wouldn't work out well for you as well. So I hope that you found this useful, and if so, give it a thumbs up, and have a good one. Take care.